All right, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Yep. All right, sounds good. Welcome to our Zoom call where we cover all the ins and outs of what we're doing inside of this program on our journey toward millionaire status. The collective goal is for all of us to cross the finish line at the same exact time. And so right now I'm doing this mobile because I just left my son's basketball game and I'm halfway between Erie, PA and New York. But it was funny. We always start our Zoom meetings with a word of inspiration. And it was funny, as I was watching the team play today, it dawned on me. There are athletes on the field that are incredible, well, on the basketball court that are incredible athletes. And then there are just some guys that are good athletes. But a lot of times the coach will invest in the good athlete because he's coachable, because he listens, because he works hard, because he's somebody that the coach can actually trust. And sometimes, a lot of times, athletes that are just good athletes do way better in sports than the most amazing athletes if the most amazing athletes are undisciplined. And as I was watching that happen, it dawned on me. I read something many, many, many years ago. It was about God makes his investment in good men, not in good methods, right? And as we talk, he invests in people with high character, people that are coachable, people that are willing to grow and develop. And as we continue to grow our program, we want to aim for high character in our community so that we can be a program that God himself makes his investment in. And we can be a program that God continues to grow and bless as we all take this journey from where we're at and bring the millionaire status together as a team, as one unit. So I want to introduce that to you. Thank you, guys. We've introduced something called a community voice, and every week we'll do this. And tonight, our community speaker is Mr. Jeremy Salter, and he's going to actually lead us off. So right now, we're going to unmute Jeremy and hear what he has to say.
What's going on, Doc? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jeremy Salter. Appreciate being a part of this community, and it's definitely a blessing to be a part of this Future Millionaires Club. I just want to introduce myself. So pretty much, I'm a DJ and local producer, so that's what I professionally go as. And what happened was I got into the crypto industry, which is Bitcoin, and I ended up getting some gains in like between 2007 and 2021. And as you guys all know, it crashed. So I mean, I took a big crash. I was had diamond hands. So I was looking for other avenues and praying to find a way that I can find my goal, which was to be financially independent and also to be happy. So and then out of the blue, I started hearing about this program which Dr. Collins had brought forth. So like everybody else, I wanted to get involved with it, see what it was about, and then was a little skeptical at first. And then after talking to Dr. Collins and he explained it to me, he gave me like a sense of, this isn't a scam. He gave me a real sense of calmness and trustworthiness. And so that gave me the to go ahead and put my money up. And I'm sure that was the same way that a lot of you guys felt as well. So I think we all have the same goal in this program. And I truly believe that Dr. Collins has the goal of achieving 400 millionaires out of this program. And I truly believe that it can happen because that was always one of my goals. And that's something that I always wanted to do. Like I said, was to be financially free and happy and to be able to obtain wealth for my family in the future. So what I want to do is I want to encourage everybody else. Like, we do all have the dream of wanting to be a millionaire, but what's going to happen when you do get that million? Are we going to be happy? Probably not, because we're going to all want to end up spending it on things that we really don't need on this earth. Like, obviously everybody wants the car, the vacation, the home, the bling, and things of that nature to look like you're at the millionaire status. But I encourage everyone in the community, especially in the Erie community. Could you imagine 400 millionaires in this community alone? If we're all here from Erie, we all know it's a very poverty mindset community that we live in. And there's not much opportunity, but with 400 millionaires, we can create opportunity for other people in this community, not only for ourselves, our families, and other people that are in downtrodden mindsets and they don't have hope. So I encourage everybody to keep the goal in mind and to keep the vision to build wealth for the future. And a couple of things I also want to add and that I research is that the biggest secret that most of the most successful men and women in the world, I'm talking mega billionaires, I'm talking about your Elon Musks, your Steve Jobs, your Jeff Bezos, presidents, people in high calibers. The one secret that all these men and women had is that they were all part of some type of a club, secret society, fraternity, and mastermind group of like-minded individuals. We are definitely blessed, and I want you guys to know that we're blessed to be a part of this millionaire mindset club because we all have one goal in mind. You know, a lot of us may even reach past that $1 million status, but we do have one goal in mind, and that's all of us have a goal that we want to do. We want to have financial independence, and we want to do something in the community, obviously. If not, we would not have been attracted to this program and to Dr. Collins. It's one thing called frequency and vibration. So clearly all of us thought the same thought in this community. We all thought we wanted something better in our life. We want more. We can do more. But, you know, we want to do something with our money and have our money work for us as opposed to having to slave a 9-to-5 job and having to have your wife, your sibling, or I'm sorry, your spouse and yourself work multiple hours just to provide for the family. Because as you guys know, inflation is not going away. So we have to make our money work for us because the dollars that they're giving us per hour to work is not going to accumulate the ways that we want to live in the future. So just know that this Millionaires Club is something that I'm appreciative to be a part of because there's all types of things on the internet that, you know, scams and things like that. So for this to be at home and for us to have the ability to talk to Dr. Collins and to talk to his team and to be able to be comfortable with putting our money into his investment and seeing a little bit of return, that's something big that we should be appreciative of, especially in this semi-depressed economy, because I don't know if any of you guys actually watch the stock market or crypto market, but things are kind of like at a slow little standstill right now in the winter. So for the fact that Dr. Collins and the Future Millionaires Club can still promise us the 3% per week, that's still something that we should be hold high and be proud of. So I encourage everybody to just stay in there. I'm going to stay in there. I'm with Dr. Collins all the way. We all are a part of this club. We all have the same mindset. And we're a part of the secret club. It's not a secret, but maybe you can get your own family in there and help them to build wealth for the future and for our community as well. As Dr. Collins talked about, you know, the basketball game, just know, if you do the analogy, Dr. Collins pretty much right now is the coach. He has a team of people that are the players, and the people that are in the stands, they're pretty much the fans. All the community, we're fans. So we're cheering and rooting for his team to do what? Reach a goal of getting that ring. Whether you want to equate it to the NFL football, imagine him being a coach. His team has a quarterback. His team has a running back. His team has defense. The community and the people that are in the Future Millionaires Club are the fans. What do fans want? They want their team to have a goal of winning the Super Bowl. So I'm going to tell you this right now. If you guys hang in there, I'm going to hang in there. Let's build this community. Let's be patient with them. He's trying to get the direct deposits going, and things have been going great. And I pray that everything goes well and that we can all reach that goal, not only for ourselves, but for our family and even for this community. And remember, what are you going to do with that $1 million? I encourage every one of you to make a plan. Write it out with your spouses. What will we do with the $1 million? Of course, most people would say, pay off this house, pay off this debt. But what else would you be able to do to have that sustaining $1 million? Go further for not only yourselves, but even your family. So think about that. Make a plan for the future and create something that'll make you happy with this money. So that way, you know, you can create a positive energy and a positive environment within the community, especially with the Future Millionaires community and the community that we live in. Again, that's all I got right now. God bless all you guys. Like I said, I'm here in the community again. My name is Jeremy. In the community, I'm known as DJ Salt. I hope to see you guys. And I think we got something going on with the Christmas. If anybody wants to get involved with the Christmas drive we got going in the next couple of weeks, Dr. Collins, maybe he can go ahead and speak on that and end us off for the evening. Thanks again. God bless you guys, and hope to see you guys soon in the community at another online community event. Yeah. Peace.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Jeremy. We appreciate that. That was amazing. One thing Jeremy just said that really spoke to me, he talked about, I always call it freedom. You know, a lot of people, husband, wife, working 9 to 5, and you're doing that just so that you can pay the bills. It's not like you're creating excess. It's not like you have enough money to do all of the things you want. A lot of people are working that hard just to pay the bills. They're missing time with their kids, and it gets a bit stressful. Our collective goal together, you know, the Bible says one man can chase 1,000, but 2 men can chase 10,000. And so the power that a collective group has is so much more than an individual has. And so we want to aim for that freedom. An airplane, they taught before, if it's flying from the East Coast to the West Coast, it makes 10,000 adjustments before it lands in the right place. So it starts to fly, it deviates a little bit, boom, autopilot adjusts it right back on course. It goes this way, off course, boom, 10,000 adjustments before it lands. And I feel like that's where our program's at. We started off small, but we grew fast. And because of that, we've had to make a lot of great adjustments, but we've done that. So I just want to touch base on a few of the key changes that are coming up. All of these changes are so that the community can get better results and so that we can drive toward our goals together. So the first change is we implemented something called community coaches, okay? And we're going to introduce those coaches to you some point in this week on the Discord and definitely at the next Zoom meeting. But the reason we have the millionaire coaches is because a lot of times people text me because they need information or whatever, and I never mind, and everybody in the program knows I'll get back to you. But 500 people are texting me a day, because that's about how many people are in the program, and they're texting me multiple messages. So if your message comes to me, it's not that I don't want to get back to you quick. It's just that it's a long line of messages to get through in order to answer you. And if I'm doing that, I lose my ability or part of my ability to generate the type of returns that will drive the community toward future millionaire status. So our millionaire coaches, and we'll put their new phone numbers up, they'll handle everything. So if you have any kind of concern, you want to know something about your account, you want to know something about how the market's doing, we'll have designated lines that you can call, and they will get the answer back to you. And that just might speed things up. Now, if you want to text me, feel free to text me. I'll get back to you too. But if you want a quicker answer, we're going to encourage everybody to go through the millionaire coaches. They'll be talking to all of us about the community events we're doing, the Future Millionaire Club's social events that we're trying to launch once a month just to build our community and invite guests, all of our outreach programs. But we are going to have millionaire coaches, and they're already picked, but we'll introduce them to you next week. But that's so that it helps you get the answers quicker and kind of alleviate some of the frustration when you're waiting for an answer. The other thing is the direct deposits. Now, I want to say thank you to everybody right now, because it has been an incredible transition. Just a month and a half ago, people were picking up cash in the front office, and it was a traffic jam of people. Then to checks, now to direct deposit. But a ton of people got their verification. The emails went out saying that multiple batches of people are getting paid, and some have already gotten paid. And so this is the system that we want. It's a step toward automation. It's a step toward efficiency, and it's better this way. You can just wake up on Friday morning and look in your account. The money will be there. You don't have to come pick up a check or wait for it in the mail and then go cash it and then wait for it to clear. It's automatic. And we wanted to make sure we worked hard to get that to everybody. And so, I mean, we have some people to thank for that. And I'm going to personally thank my team, which would be Dana, David, Bobby, Andrea, Erna, Monica, and the millionaire coaches that you're going to meet next week, because it was a very collective effort that drove us to this place. So now, if you have not gotten your verification for your direct deposit, be sure that you submit all of your round number and your account number, because all future payments are coming via direct deposit. So if you've not been verified and you've not submitted your direct deposit information, it's very important that you get it in immediately so that your payments can follow. Okay, moving on. Next thing we're going to talk about is the $1 million map. We introduced that last week, and this is what I want people to focus on. Jeremy mentioned this too a bit. In the beginning of this program, we were amazed at the returns we were getting per week. And the mistake I believe I made was I drove people's focus to the weekly return. But that's not a bad idea, but there is a superior way of thinking. We shouldn't be thinking week to week to week. We should be thinking up the road, tomorrow, where will I be? Because the markets give and the markets take away, as Jeremy was saying. The market is semi-depressed. It's been rough. We're battling and fighting for every inch. But when you're thinking about what will I get this week, it takes your focus off of the goal. The goal was never weekly money. The goal was always to be a future financially free person. And so I'm instructing the team and the coaches that moving forward, when people join the program, we're moving their minds away from the weekly returns. Yes, we're going to talk about it. We're going to give you your expectation, but we're pointing you toward where will I be down the road. So our millionaire map is simple, and I'll just go over a couple of them. If a guy joins the program at $5,000, okay, the $1 million map with the percentages that the market gives, in 3 years and 5 months, he'll cross the $1 million finish line. I'd rather him think 3 years and 5 months. I can offer my delayed gratification now, so that 3 years and 5 months down the road, I'm breaking that threshold, and now I have financial freedom. Now, that's if you're in the 100% program. If you're in the 50-50 program with that same $5,000, you're going to double the time. So now it's going to take 6 years and 10 months. So I'm encouraging the team, as you start to look at the future goal, you can put in your mind, hey, I don't really need my extra $200, $300, $400 a week. I'd rather put that in the 100% program than the 50-50, because then my journey to becoming a millionaire will be cut in half. Now, if you need it, you need it. If you need it, I want you to get it. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't need it, the quickest pathway is to be in the 100% or the legacy program, because then you're tracking toward that millionaire status according to the timeline. Now, if I put $2,500 in the program, I know 3 years and 10 months from now, if I'm in the 100% program, I'm breaking that threshold. Now think about this. If I put $2,500 in 3 years and 10 months, let's say my total account balance is $650,000. Now, let's say I didn't break the threshold of $1 million for whatever market condition or whatever reason. Can I really at that point be upset if I invested $2,500 and I have $600 and some odd $1,000 at that point? Absolutely not. It's an incredible win. But the way the thinking of investing is, so if I don't break the threshold at that month, I just stay in for 2 or 3 more months, and then I'll break it up the road. But the goal is always now for future, not the present millionaires. We all have the same collective goal. The future millionaires, we're looking up the road and we're thinking, hey, 2 years from now and 1 month, I'm going to break that threshold. And every time somebody breaks that threshold, we're going to celebrate them in this Zoom meeting, because they got into the race with us. They ran the race and they've crossed the finish line. So I'll go over one more map just to give you perspective. If you put $10,000 in the program, you're looking at 2 years and 11 months if you have discipline. If you leave your money in the 100% account, you'll break the threshold, you'll be a millionaire. If you have discipline and you're in the 50-50, it might take roughly 5 years. But start to think up the road. I'm 47. I can say now, hey, man, in 2 years and 11 months, right before I turn 50, I'm going to have my million or whatever. Or somebody out there is 35. Man, if I were 35 and I was like, man, at 39, I could be a millionaire, that would be my absolute focus and my discipline to see that goal driven into the end zone. And as the community grows with the right people collectively sticking together, it reinforces our ability to win in what we're doing. And it reinforces our leverage and gives us the ability to collectively make more money and drive toward that goal together. So just keep that in mind when you think about the millionaire map. Jeremy, really, it's as if he was reading my notes and he stole all my power and all my lines for tonight. Because the next thing I was going to talk about was the market conditions. The market conditions right now are semi-depressed. It's tough to get wins in this market. And if you talk to people that are traditional investors in this market, if you have big millions, like 10, 15 million, you've probably lost 500,000 to $1 million in the past year. The Dow Jones about 2 months ago, the Dow Jones started here, and 1 year ago, went up a little bit, and 1 year later, it was down here. So anybody that was in the Dow Jones and investing, they actually came out of the year of investing with less than they went into it. So when we're able to, in this market, because of our incredible indicators that cost a lot of money and a lot of time, we are still able to scalp percentages from this market on a weekly basis. It is an absolute win. And at this point, nobody in the program's lost. So just keep all those things in mind. The market conditions are tough, but the team is very devoted, and we're going to continue to drive so that we all cross the threshold together. So again, before I talk about the community give back that Jeremy mentioned, I'll just say, again, if the most important thing to me right now, I have two things that are important, but one of those things is the direct deposits. If you have not been verified, if you have not sent your direct deposit information in, please do it immediately, because the minute your account information gets verified, it will release your funds. And so all of your payments or back payments or something that you've missed will get directly deposited into your account. We're going to send out a micro deposit just to be sure that the account information is right. And that's for your safety and your protection. But as soon as you email back admin@futuremillionaires.club, it triggers a response that will send you your money. And I want you guys all to have your money so that you can handle your needs, especially during the Christmas season, okay? And speaking of Christmas, Urban Initiative is having our first annual Christmas give, and that's what Jeremy was talking about. We've been blessed. We are doing fine in a market that's not doing great. 80-something% of the people in our payable programs have already received back the money they invested, and now they're getting back money on top of that. There's a word for that, and that's called a blessing. We've all been blessed inside of this program. And it's more blessed to give than receive. So I'm encouraging everybody to be a part of the Urban Initiative Christmas Give. We're trying to collect gift cards and gifts so that we can go out in the city of Erie. We're not going to go out. We're going to invite people to us. We're going to have some music and some hot chocolate and some chocolate chip cookies, and we're going to bless the community with Christmas presents. And families that may come up a little bit short or maybe are a little bit less fortunate when it comes to dollar bills, we want to bless them this Christmas. So I'm asking everybody in this community to give back, to send a donation toward this Christmas drive or a gift card or a gift. And the staff and the millionaire coaches and anybody that's a part of this program that wants to volunteer can come out. I believe the date is December 17th. It's a Saturday morning from 10 to 12. And we're going to we've received a lot of blessings in this past year. On that day, it's our opportunity to give back. So I really encourage everybody to be a part of it. So again, guys, thank you so much for being on this journey together with us. It's going great. I love serving you guys. I love getting up in the morning and saying, I'm giving 100% of my mind and my efforts and my leadership to be sure that we cross this line. And we have actually at this point about 2 or 3 people that are getting close. And I want to celebrate them if they're open to it in our Zoom conference. But for now, we're going to say, let's all stay together. Let's all stay focused. Let's all keep the energy right as we drive toward the collective goal together. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next week.